All right, I'll start with just injury updates. Savion Riley will be out this weekend. Hasn't been at practice this week, so not unexpected there. Junior Azibu is questionable. He's actually gotten some work this week, but it's just still dealing with some lingering pain, and we're going to wait till a game to kind of figure out what his potential contribution could be. But obviously want to be fair to him and make sure he's ready if we're going to put him on the field. B.J. Anderson wasn't feeling well today, and so wasn't out here. We'll continue to monitor his situation moving forward. Other than that, we should look about like we looked last week.
You mentioned learning how to win on Tuesday. What kind of goes into that, and is there a way to kind of accelerate that process in your mind, or does it just naturally happen?
No, I mean, I think you're trying to accelerate it every day. Learning how to win is about understanding the details and focus it takes to compete snap in, snap out, to give yourself a chance to win. It's about the process that leads to the result. Winning is the result we want. And so it's very easy to react to a win or react to a loss, and instead of looking back at the steps we took to get there. And so learning how to win is about honoring and respecting the game, respecting the steps it takes to get to the win, to unlock the possibility of the win. And then learning how to win is also to understand that it's not easy, and it inevitably, no matter the opponent, requires resiliency, requires battling through adversity. And so much of, in the moment, your reactions, your responses to the circumstances are about what level of belief you take and what story you're writing in the game. So when we face adversity, is it the story of a resilient team that battles back, that fights through mistakes, capitalizes on opponent mistakes, so on and so forth? Or do you have a mindset of, somehow, here we go again, or, those are things that we control. And so that all kind of fits together about learning how to win. But the biggest thing to me coming out of last week was, we're never going to play a perfect game, but we need to learn how to play a cleaner game and win in those controllables so that we are able to put pressure on the opponent. And what will happen at that point is you have a chance then to apply pressure and test your opponent. On last Saturday, we were really the only ones that felt the pressure because of the self-inflicted wounds.
So are you planning to travel BJ and just see how he feels?
Right now we are, yeah. We'll see just how he responds and what the doctors think is best for him. But, I think we'll monitor it as we go and, see how we come out.
How much does small things done well factor into learning how to win, and what are some ways you think you guys could do the small things better than you did on Saturday?
Small things done well on a structural level is about dominating your 1 of 11. So decisions with the ball at quarterback. Again, it's not about not throwing interceptions, because no one should play with that level of pressure or expectation. It's about understanding when throwing the ball away or taking a sack are good plays for us, and never missing in an area that we shouldn't miss. It's about securing the ball on the punt return. It's about the fundamental technical aspects of the communication points as we're getting close to the punt returner, what he needs to say to alert the blocker to either get out of the way or to strengthen in his technique to finish the right way. Small things done well. These are things we train all the time. At the point of attack, it's, offensive lineman, what's my footwork, where's my hand placement, where do I accelerate, what are the communications that happen pre-snap that allow us to block movement and hopefully, take a blitz and rather it be a negative yardage snap, create a big play out of it. That's all small things done well. So we look at it as process relative. Defensively, it's coverage structure. We know the weaknesses of the coverage. We understand where our eyes need to be. And when the ball snapped, rather than chasing the ball around, we're working off keys, we're anticipating, and we're beating the ball to the point of attack. And one of the things we say is get to our technique faster than the opponent. To me, that's small things done well on an individual level too.
How important is it for you to have local Nashville players come in right away and play really well from a recruiting standpoint?
We celebrate that. maybe wouldn't say like how important, but I would say we are really excited to have that be the case. And we believed in the guys that we've recruited from this area. And we know there are more out there. And, you know, I think one of our biggest challenges, but also an important part of the early aspect of this build is to really shift the narrative that surrounds this program here locally to say people really understand what we're creating here and what we're building. And for the guys that have seen it and experienced it and chosen to be a part of it, for them to be here having success, I think paves the way for others to make the same choice. And it's gonna, you know, we've been selling this for, you know, two years and change now, but to have the physical transformations going on, I think it just deepens this feeling of now's the moment, now's the time. You know, Vanderbilt football is making a statement here moving forward. And, you know, the success that we long for, the sustained success, will be a lag effect of all this investment and excitement that we're feeling right now.
With UNLV being such a far trip and obviously playing at a bigger stadium, is there anything that changes logistically, or is it kind of the same as normal?
Well, we certainly want to pay attention to how our guys hydrate on the flight. You know, I don't think the time difference isn't going to necessitate a lot of adjustment in terms of our, you know, biological clocks, but we're going to pay attention to the flight. We're going to make sure when we get there we're going to the stadium to move around, so that we, after being in the plane for 4 hours, that we'll have the ability to kind of work all that flight out of us. And then we'll do a couple other things on game day just to ensure that, again, it's the start time, the kick time is a little different from what we've had to this point. You know, there's enough time in the morning to get something done as a team in terms of walkthrough and meetings. There's not enough time to do what we typically do on a night game, which is have a shakeout and actually a little workout. But we'll make sure that we use that time in a way that sets the course for, you know, a fast start.
What does a successful day for the corners look like on Saturday?
Well, I mean, I think it's about downing the mistakes. It's about you know, not allowing for explosive touchdowns. You know, not too different from, you know, how we felt last week. Obviously, the offensive scheme is a little different, so forces us to defend differently. I think with the run game they're going to see and the unbalanced sets, I think leveraging the ball and tackling has to be a part of that formula too. So, you know, if we do those things at the corner position, we'll come out in good shape defensively. And again, it's about capping the explosives. It's about downing mistakes and then leveraging and tackling the ball when they're involved in the run fit.